Hey guys, what is up? It's Dusty here, and welcome back to another crypto video. And today, I have to answer one of the most common questions I keep seeing, which is, Dusty, did I make a mistake to buy XRP? Was it dumb of me to buy? Today, I will have an answer for you guys on that question, plus, of course, a lot of other important crypto news that you have to know. And I'm going to present this all as quickly as possible to not waste any of your time. Having said that, make sure you press the like button to show a little bit appreciation and help out with the YouTube algorithm. And if you want more updates and be notified, make sure you press the subscribe button too. Now, a good question you have to ask yourself is, would you rather hold the US dollar, which are inflating, or XRP? Well, to be honest, this is a little bit of an unfair question because you'd have to hold some US dollar. You can't pay your taxes in XRP. You can't feed your family completely, I guess, in XRP. You're gonna need some US dollars or whatever currency locally you have to pay stuff. However, we're talking in this sense about investments. And in terms of investments, I would think it is not wise to have no XRP at all. Why? Well, if you're comparing it to a US dollar in that sense, the US dollar, with the printing that's going on, will only be worth less and less and less as time goes on. And in the Netherlands here, you're going to have to pay. Yes, guys, you're going to have to pay to keep euros on your bank account if you have a little bit of them. And so from that perspective, it is definitely wiser to invest it. And then again, where I would say crypto is a really good alternative because it is by nature not going to have this problem. You might say, Dusty, but XRP is inflationary too. To a certain degree, yes. To a certain degree, yes. But still, to a really completely different degree because there is a hard cap. And in this sense here, all the XRP that's being inflated, I guess, or that's extra into the market is literally used to make the XRP more valuable. So in that sense, I would say it kind of evens out, if not is good for XRP price. Having said that, once more, it's also kind of a stupid idea to not have some purely because of this lawsuit that's going on right now. I mean, right now we are speculating that Ripple win with this lawsuit, which again, I really firmly believe in. And if it does, we can all already agree here that the price per XRP is going to be higher than it is right now if they win. And the chance of winning, let's estimate it as a short, as a low estimate at 80%. If they have an 80% of winning, and the price is going to go times 4, whatever, and they have a 20% of losing and the price is going to go to 0, you still should always take that bet. It would be kind of stupid not to. And if you only make that analogy for yourself, that little thought process, if you have that too, then you know it is definitely not a mistake to buy some. The only question is, should I have bought lower? Should I blah, 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 blah? That you can always keep asking, and there's no final answer to it. I personally go for a strategy, which I've explained before, buy at certain points to expose myself to these cryptos, and then buy more the lower the price goes. If I'm doing this with a hold stash, I just buy lower, add to my stash, and hope my price average is as low as possible. If I'm doing it for trading, for example, over on Bybit or in general trading, it depends because sometimes I just keep buying lower, for example, to in this case here, better my position on the leverage trade. Normally on a leverage trade though, I don't really do that. I usually do this on normal trades only, where I keep buying lower in a short time frame to get my average price as low as possible, and then wait for a spike like this to actually sell it all at a profit, for example. Now, that I have that out of the way, there's also some people who have been asking me, Dusty, why do you sometimes stop talking once the price dumps? I don't. I really don't. But I saw that question pop up a couple of times, or say, you're done with my content for always being so bullish. I am bullish, and I'll stay bullish until proven otherwise, I guess. If the market really dumps to the ground, I'm talking lower than Bitcoin, below 46,000. Yeah, then let's talk again, right? But as long as it stays above all this, no, I'm still good. I'm still chilling. Still good, still extremely, extremely happy, and nobody can tell me otherwise. And again, on the same note also, I am not bearish on different altcoins. The only altcoins I do not really like are shit coins, like for example, Doge, SaveMoon, and just coins that are purely hype, not that much fundamentals. You might say Doge has some use case, for example, being on Flare. Yeah, but still, it's a pretty stupid coin. Then, Stephen Bull from the Deep announced, I officially announced that the bull market is over. As a contrarian, I don't know exactly why he did that. I guess it might either be for attention or because he firmly does believe so. If you check the replies, you can see quite often he said, I really think so. But Mac Attack posted something which was really interesting, because he posted the returns on Bitcoin in 2017. He says, I disagree. Go do your homework today. Such dips are completely normal in a bull deep market, Stephen. That's kind of a reference to his name. Well, because if you check 2017 out, there were multiple occasions where the price went down throughout the month here, 40%, 30 to 40%. And what we're witnessing with Bitcoin right now is not even a 40% correction. 1+1 once more points out that this is completely normal, and the bull market should not be over just because of this. King Solomon also said respectfully disagree. XRP Euphoria says no time to joke. Too many people are fragile right now and may do something rash, like selling everything. No way this is it for the bull, which once more is his name, but he says, I'm serious, no jokes. I don't know. I guess some people is just getting to their heads maybe, and I guess it's just the fear. I'm not exactly sure why, but he's not the only one, guys, who capitulated because of all the pressure, I guess. I don't know. Then a little bit more of an example here. What I've actually noticed throughout these last couple of months is whenever I do kind of a deeper analysis, what I come down to is that the last months of the year, for example, September, October, November, December, mostly. So basically October, November, December, the last months are usually the most profitable, and I guess the middle months are usually the worst. Whereas basically, if you get in any of these months, you're usually quite good, even though January is throughout the year is always the worst month. If you get in, for example, January and March are usually bad. The later months are usually, again, on average, quite better to get into. Mostly around this September mark. As you can clearly see here, 4 months of just gains, 1 month of losses, but it's generally speaking better than the April, May, June, July, August type of months, right? Again, that's just kind of an average that I've taken and that you can clearly see right here. Highest returning month in November, lowest returning month in January. However, of course, you want to get in before such things, so it's better to get in, for example, on a place like September or so, a little bit before things get really good, or October, I guess, when things might go down a little bit before the next month. Then again, though, guys, it's not like within a bull run that prices can't go down. You should really remember that once more. It's also about the bigger picture for the whole month. Like, for example, if you were to check Bitcoin, you got to check then in this sense here, where was it 1 month ago? Right? Okay, then we have that. Where was it the first of this month? Well, the first of this month, Bitcoin was at about 59,000. So then the percentage is, again, about 20% down that it went to. For XRP, for example, where was it the first of this month? Because that is ultimately going to decide these metrics here and these numbers. It is not the highest and lowest, is the open and the close of the specific month. XRP at the start of this month was right here at about, let's quickly see here, 60 cents. So whatever history book you're going to see, it's still going to show that XRP did 100% gains in April, even though you might be shocked with the low, because we went from $2 to, again, about $1.10, 50% down. This is just a high point. This is just a lower point, but it's still in the middle, and it's still up 100% since the chart of this month. So that is that. Then Bitcoin option traders positions for gains to 80K in historically bullish April. Pretty funny because this article is from last month. He says historically bullish April. If you take a look at it, it actually does kind of show or look like that because April is one of the better months, at least in this sense specifically. However, when I was chatting with some of the guys, actually, the majority of people said, man, the last couple of months of the year are usually the best, and the middle is the worst to get into crypto for. Let's see what else we had. Just once more to confirm, exchange reserves are still going lower right now, right as we speak. Exchange net flow is still outstanding. We don't have, I think, metrics on maybe the last day or so, because I'm seeing here until the 22nd potentially, maybe not the 23rd just quite yet, which is today. I think this update's at 6 p.m. though, so I'm not exactly sure why that is the case. Then again, the point I would say is quite clear though, right? Exchanges, it's all moving out from there. You might say, Dusty, but this flowing in. This is just a very little amount in comparison to what has been flowing out for the recent past year. So I would personally say, man, these guys are still extremely bullish on crypto. Otherwise, you would see a huge surge to right around here of just people putting money on exchanges. It would really happen. Again, the outflow is not severely increasing right now. I guess a couple of days it was really high, but the inflow isn't either. So that means people aren't depositing money on exchanges massively or anything like that. Then I've been updating on my second channel called 5 Minute Crypto quite often, not daily here, because I don't want to spam you guys either, but, you know, updates whenever they are due. And, for example, right now I covered this story about 62 people arrested in Turkey over this whole Todex exchange scam, $2 billion worth. If you're interested in that type of stuff, go check out the channel. There's more cool videos coming up, though. I post, again, at least a couple times every single week. I'm going to try get that up to a little bit more often as well, because it's not stuff you see on DustyBC, right? It's just general crypto news and stuff you need to know about, so it's definitely worth it to check that channel out. Then Bitcoin dominance plunges to 48%. First time since 2018. What does this mean? I still, for myself, have kind of confirmed that this is the start of the bigger altcoin season. Even though we might dump further, We are not sure about that one just quite yet. Bitcoin's value continues to fall after experiencing successive rallies. Other cryptos such as Ether have seen a surge in value. A weakening Bitcoin could provide a big boost to alternative cryptos, in this case altcoins. Yes, we all believe the same thing, guys. We all believe the same thing. And again, it's just fear that's taken over right now, not fundamentals. Fear, fear, fear. Then one thing I could almost cry over. Yes, guys, I'm not even kidding. I could almost cry over this. Satoshi confirmed his departure from the Bitcoin community 10 years ago. That is one part of it. I mean, I couldn't really cry that he disappeared because, I mean, who knows? It's this right here. Let's quickly show you guys this right here. Craig Wright, who is the big guy behind Bitcoin Cash, right? If I'm not mistaken. I'm going to assume, sometimes I forget if it's Bitcoin Cash or Bitcoin SV, but he's Bitcoin Cash type of guy, I believe. The claim by the Australian computer scientist Craig Wright that he is Satoshi Nakamoto, the author of the famous Bitcoin white paper, is being considered by a London court as he basically is putting up a lawsuit right now against the publisher of Bitcoin.org, the guy who posted the Bitcoin white paper there called Cobra. The website hosts the Bitcoin paper authored in 2008. The case is based on who came up with the white paper, commonly associated with the anonymous figure Satoshi Nakamoto, which he claims that he is. According to Wright, because as he claims he is Nakamoto, no other individual or organizations can publish the white paper, and he wants to get it taken down. But then again, I would personally think if you really are Satoshi Nakamoto, why would you want to take that document down then? What's the purpose of that? The case will turn on whether the court is satisfied that Dr. Wright did indeed author and owns the copyright in the white paper, and therefore that he is Satoshi Nakamoto, said Simon Cohen, a lawyer representing Wright. Cobra says, "You're wrong if you think that you can bully me, you creepy loser," to basically give over all the rights of the website and all the rights of publishing the Bitcoin white paper. If I have to give up my pseudonymity to defend Satoshi's white paper, arguably the most important paper of the 21st century, then so be it. And man, I really got sad about this, just checking everything over on Twitter. It's a very big fight. It's been going on for months, guys. It's been going on for months, maybe even years right now, because he basically wants to get everything under his domain. But I personally think, man, let it be free unless you can really prove, which he can't, that he is Satoshi Nakamoto. If he can really prove it, for example, by showing us the 1 million Bitcoin and just showing that he can take some out, I'm definitely going to have to capitulate, right? I'm going to have to say, yeah, he is Satoshi. But as long as he cannot, yeah, he's not Satoshi in my book. So he has no rights to say he's the founder of this white paper either, unless he can really prove it, which he can't. Now, self-proclaimed Bitcoin inventor allowed to file copyright claim on cryptocurrency's white paper. It's basically the same thing as I just said. But there's also this one. Black Swan author Nassim Taleb says Bitcoin is an open Ponzi scheme and a failed currency. I would say an open Ponzi scheme is definitely something which you might be able to put up because you don't know who founded the crypto, so you don't know exactly what's going on. Maybe it was the government to steal you out of your money. Maybe it was some bigger guy with a big plan to just steal a lot of money as well. I do not know about that. I definitely not know about that. But a failed currency, I would disagree. It's definitely good for what it is. It's only just not efficient as a, real currency like we know it. But, from a speculational perspective and just a store of value currency perspective, it's definitely something new, something interesting, and I think it's really quite nice. But again, people have different opinions, right? Once more, let me emphasize, guys, I am not bearish on many cryptos. I actually enjoy and like the majority of these cryptos out there, at least the ones that are at the top that are basically haven't proven a use case and that are just stuff that I've covered in videos before, like Cardano and stuff. On that note, Cardano's Charles Hoskinson highlights the worst case scenarios for the markets. Quote, "We as a company will do everything to interface with regulators and lobby against bad regulations." Highlighting the worst case scenario that had chances of turning itself into reality, he said, "It would be the evolution of a system where everything is centralized and a regulated financial institution has to control your money and autonomy. This would have one of the most damaging and catastrophically terrible outcomes for our industry, and there is a chance for that to happen. The legislation, when it comes in its very first sensation, will not be very favorable, and we will publicly lobby against regulations that are counterproductive to innovation and the industry as a whole." Brad Garlinghouse was earlier also talking about this, that the regulations should not stop all the innovation in the US. A big reason as to why the US did really well in the dot-com era, in the start of that, was because they had a clear rule book, and that's why they could really innovate. I think we'll find a way to get out of it, and like we always do, the only thing I think bad regulation would do is harm my country and harm our economy and not harm crypto in the long run. I agree with that completely. When regulations become arcane, the incumbents like it because they already know how to comply and it prevents startups from being able to enter their space. So it creates a regulatory barrier, and professionals love it because they can make millions of dollars helping businesses stay and comply to those regulations. I believe regulation is coming. My belief is that it is going to come this year. I don't think any US regulation will ultimately kill crypto. They're here to stay and will be ultimately successful. This is again the founder of Cardano, big guy in the crypto space. You guys all know it. A lot of money is going on in there as well. Co-founder of Ethereum, at least I would say an early contributor to Ethereum, and a co-founder of Ethereum Classic, by the way. Once more, we're talking about a big freaking man right here. And the point of that one was mostly to show you guys crypto ain't going nowhere. It's just about the short term. It's just about the regulations. And right now, the Biden thing definitely was a little bit of a scare. And then strategist on Bitcoin, the market needs a healthy cool-off period. I would also say the cool-off, which we're witnessing right now, is a good thing. It's not a bad thing at all. It's a really, really good thing. And I'm glad that it happened. I'm, again, buying the dips every now and then, just buying it all day kind of, and just waiting for a bounce. If we might go lower, that's all fine. It's all part of the bigger plan as well. I am prepared. I have money on hand. And if we go up from here, that's also fine too. We'll see, guys. But that was it for today's update. Make sure you press the subscribe button if you enjoyed it and you learned something new. And I'll see you guys again in another crypto update soon. Make sure you also press the like button if you want to support the channel.